Find a truly comfortable position and let our journey begin. Your mind is no longer here. It is drifting now, gently detaching from the familiar sounds of your room, releasing the lingering thoughts of the day. Allow it to float like a single leaf on a slow-moving current, finding its way to a place of quiet, a place meant only for you right now. You find yourself seated on a soft, woven cushion, placed neatly on a floor of tatami mats. The air carries a scent that is both earthy and pure. It is the fragrance of aged cedar wood, of the dry, sweet straw within the mats, and the faint, clean smell of damp earth from a recent evening rain. The room is not large, but it gives you a profound sense of being held, of being sheltered. The only light comes not from a bulb, but from a single and-on-paper lantern resting in the corner. Its warm golden glow filters through the delicate paper, painting the wooden walls with soft shadows that seem to dance with the slightest whisper of a breeze. Before you, a set of sliding shoji screens is parted just enough to reveal the world outside. It is not a garden of vibrant color, but a landscape of absolute stillness, a garden of moss and stone. Ancient rocks worn smooth by time and weather rest like miniature mountains, their forms solid and grounding. Draped over them and flowing across the dark earth between them is a carpet of the deepest green moss, velvety and lush. In the rising silver light of the moon, this green seems to gain a depth, a mysterious and calming presence. And then you hear it, a sound so rhythmic, so steady it becomes the very heartbeat of this tranquil space. Clack, a soft, clean sound of bamboo tapping against stone. Then a short, perfect silence, just long enough for you to take a slow breath in. And then the sound of trickling water, filling the bamboo tube once more, before it tips, spilling its cool offering into a small stone basin below, only to rise again and create that same familiar clack. This is the sound of the shishi odoshi, the bamboo fountain designed not to scare away beasts, but to gently startle the mind into moments of pure presence. Its rhythm is unhurried, patient. Clack, silence, trickle. Clack, silence, trickle. Your own breath, without any effort, begins to find this rhythm. You breathe in as the water fills the bamboo, and you release your breath completely on the gentle clack, breathing in and breathing out. The rhythm of your body and the rhythm of the garden are becoming one. Your shoulders soften and fall, releasing a tension you didn't even know you were holding. The space between your eyebrows smooths out. Your mind, which may have felt like a rippling surface of water, now grows still and clear perfectly, reflecting the quiet of the moonlit garden. You bring your gentle awareness to the space directly in front of you. On a low wooden table, polished to a dark liquid sheen, rests a simple black lacquer tray, and on this tray, lying in silent repose, are pieces of a broken vessel. It was once a tea bowl, a beloved chowan. Perhaps it slipped from a careless hand, and now it rests in fragments, telling a quiet story of its own fracture. There are large pieces and small slivers, sharp edges and curved surfaces. The beautiful jade green glaze is now interrupted by the pale, chalky lines of the raw clay within. But you do not see an ending here. You see a beginning. You see the potential for healing, for transformation. Tonight, you are the Kintsugi artisan. Your purpose is not to hide the fractures, not to pretend the breaking never happened, but to honor it. To trace the lines of its history with gold, turning the scars of the past into luminous veins of beauty, telling a new story of resilience and the grace of imperfection. There is no need to rush. Time itself moves differently here, measured not by the ticking of a clock, but by the steady pulse of bamboo on stone, by the depth of your own slow breathing. Everything you need is laid out before you, arranged with intention and care. A tiny brush with the softest bristles, a slender bamboo spatula, a miniature trowel, small pots of natural urushi lacquer, and a precious jar containing the finest gold powder. You close your eyes for a moment just to listen. The clack of the shishi odoshi, the trickling water, the distant soothing chorus of crickets from somewhere deep in the garden, and the sound of your own heart beating slower now and more peacefully. You take one more deep breath in, filling your lungs with the scent of moss and damp earth. You breathe out, releasing everything else. The work is about to begin, a work of patience, a ritual of healing, and you are perfectly peacefully ready. Your hand, which has been resting quietly in your lap, begins to move. There is no conscious command. It seems to rise on its own, guided by the stillness of the room. It floats through the warm lantern-lit air, slow and deliberate, the sleeve of your simple robe rustling with a sound as soft as a sigh. Your shadow lengthens and shifts on the wall behind you, a silent companion to your movements. The air feels cool against your skin as your hand passes out of the immediate warmth of your body and hovers for just a moment over the lacquer tray. You are not just looking at the broken pieces. You are feeling them, sensing their individual stories. Your gaze softens, and you allow your intuition to guide you. Your fingers, relaxed and open, descend toward the largest fragment. This was once the base of the bowl, the part that would have rested warmly in a cupped hand. As your fingertips make contact, a coolness spreads from the ceramic into your skin. It is a deep, grounding cold, the temperature of the earth from which it was born. You lift the piece. It has a surprising weight, a solidity that speaks of its former purpose. You turn it over and over in your hand. One side is a field of smooth jade green glaze, interrupted by a network of fine, almost invisible cracks, the crazing that happens over time, a testament to countless cups of hot tea. The lantern light catches this surface, creating a soft, milky reflection. But the other side, the broken edges, tells a different story. Here the clay is exposed, a pale, porous surface that feels slightly rough, almost chalky to your touch. You trace one of these edges with your thumb, feeling the sharp, clean line of the break. It is not a flaw. It is a map of a moment in time, a moment of impact, a moment of surrender, and now a moment of possibility. Holding this primary piece in one hand, you let your eyes drift over the remaining fragments on the tray. They lie scattered like islands in a dark sea. Your mind does not try to solve a puzzle, to force a fit. Instead, you simply wait. You look for the piece that calls to the one you are holding, and then you see it, a smaller, curved piece whose arc seems to be a perfect echo of the broken edge in your hand. You set the larger piece down gently, its placement on the wooden table making barely a sound. Then, with the same unhurried grace, you pick up its counterpart. You bring them close, your movements precise and tender. As the two broken edges meet, there is a feeling of homecoming. They slide together with a whisper-soft friction, fitting so perfectly that the seam between them almost disappears. You hold them together, feeling the memory of wholeness return to the object. For a moment, it is a bowl again. You see the path the break has taken, a jagged, beautiful line that is unique to this bowl and this moment. This is the path you will honor. Satisfied, you carefully place the two pieces back on the tray, side by side, ready for the next step. Your attention now shifts to the small lidded pots arranged neatly beside the tray. You reach for the one containing the mugi urushi, the binding lacquer mixed with flour. Your fingers gently pry open the lid. From within the small ceramic pot rises a distinct aroma. It is sharp, resinous, and strangely pleasant, the ancient smell of the sap of the lacquer tree. It is the scent of patience, of a natural process that cannot be rushed. You pick up the slender bamboo spatula, dipping its tip into the thick, dark paste. You lift a small amount. The lacquer clings to the spatula, stretching into a glossy dark thread before separating. You carefully transfer this adhesive to a small ceramic palette. Your movements are economical, efficient, born of long practice. There is no wasted motion, no hesitation. The world outside the circle of your lamplit table has faded away. The garden, the moon, the sound of the shishiodoshi, they are all still there, but they have become the gentle backdrop to this single focused act. The only things that exist with true clarity are your hands, the broken pieces, and the task before you. Now you take the tiny brush. Its handle is a thin stalk of bamboo, and its bristles are exquisitely soft. You dip the very tip of the brush into the dark lacquer on your palette. You are not painting a broad stroke, but preparing to trace a line as fine as a single hair. You lift one of the ceramic pieces again, holding it steady in your left hand. With your right, you bring the brush to the broken edge. The brush touches down. You begin to draw a slow, unwavering line of lacquer along the pale, chalky surface of the break. The contrast is beautiful, the dark, wet gloss of the urushi against the dry, light clay. You are not simply applying glue, you are anointing the wound. Your breath is steady, your hand does not shake. Every part of your being is concentrated in this one simple action. The lacquer follows the jagged path, precisely filling in the microscopic valleys and clinging to the tiny peaks of the fractured surface. The smell of the resin is a little stronger now, a grounding, earthy perfume. Once the entire edge is coated in a thin, perfect layer, you set the brush down. You immediately pick up the matching piece. Now is the moment of joining. You bring the two pieces together, again guiding them with a surgeon's care. They meet, and you apply a gentle, steady pressure. You feel the lacquer making contact, a slight tacky give as the two surfaces bond. You hold them together, your fingers pressing lightly, your thumbs supporting the new fragile union. You do not force it. You simply hold the space for healing to begin. You hold the pieces as one, feeling a faint warmth from your own hands begin to seep into the cool ceramic. You remain perfectly still for a long moment, allowing the initial bond to set. Your eyes are soft, your gaze resting on the thin, dark line that now joins the two fragments. It is the first stitch, the first step in making the bowl whole again, but in a new way, stronger, more beautiful. The shishiodoshi marks the time outside. Clack, a moment passes. Trickle, another moment begins. And in this small, quiet room, under the gentle watch of the paper lantern, you continue to hold the pieces, your breath rising and falling in the timeless rhythm of repair. A quiet satisfaction settles over you as you continue to hold the joined pieces. The initial bond feels secure. With the utmost care, you place the newly formed section of the bowl back onto the lacquer tray. It now rests differently, no longer two separate fragments, but a single, larger curve, a partial memory of its original form. The dark line of urushi is barely visible, a subtle shadow marking the mend. Your gaze travels back to the remaining pieces, still scattered like fallen leaves on the dark tray. You repeat the process of silent selection. You do not rush to find the next piece. You let your eyes wander, noticing the unique shape of each shard, the specific way the light catches its glazed surface or its broken edge. It is a meditative act, a slow dance between seeing and feeling. Your hand eventually moves towards a triangular fragment, its sharp point a stark contrast to the bowl's gentle curves. You pick it up. It feels light in your palm, a delicate sliver of what was once a unified whole. You hold it up to the larger mended section. You test its fit against one of the open edges. It does not belong there. The lines do not match. There is a gap, a feeling of discord. Without any frustration, you simply acknowledge this and try the other side. Here, the connection is immediate. The sharp point of the triangle fits perfectly into a corresponding notch, and its curved edge aligns seamlessly with the bowl's rising wall. It is another small, perfect reunion. You set the pieces down and once again turn to your tools. You dip the fine-tipped brush into the dark resinous lacquer. Your movements have found their own natural rhythm now, flowing one into the next without conscious thought. You lift the larger section and trace the corresponding edge with the dark, glossy lacquer. The bristles of the brush whisper against the porous clay. The scent of the urushi has become a familiar, comforting presence in the air, mixing with the cool scent of the night garden, drifting in through the open screen. You then paint a similar thin line along the two connecting edges of the triangular piece. Your concentration is absolute. Your world has shrunk to this tiny, precise act. The concerns of yesterday, the plans for tomorrow, they have all dissolved, evaporated into the stillness of this moment. There is only the feel of the cool ceramic, the sight of the dark lacquer, the sound of your own quiet breathing. With both surfaces prepared, you bring them together. The triangular piece slides into place, a key fitting into a lock. You apply gentle, even pressure with your fingertips, ensuring the bond is complete and secure. Now 3 pieces are joined. The bowl is slowly, patiently remembering itself. You hold this new, more complex shape in your hands, feeling its balance, its weight. The dark lines of the Mends now form a small, branching pattern, like the veins of a leaf or the tributaries of a river. They are not signs of weakness, but the emerging script of a new story. You set the growing bowl down and pause. You lift your head and let your gaze drift out into the garden. The moon is higher now, casting a brighter, more silvery light upon the moss and stones. A light mist has begun to form near the ground, swirling gently around the base of the stone lantern, making the garden seem even more ethereal, more dreamlike. The air that drifts in is cooler, carrying the clean scent of wet stone and night-blooming flowers you cannot name. The shishi odoshi continues its faithful meditative rhythm. Clack. The sound is crisp and clear in the night air. Trickle. The water whispers as it falls. You close your eyes, and just for a minute, you do nothing but listen. You listen to the garden. You listen to the silence between the sounds. You feel the gentle vibration of the floorboards beneath you. You feel the air on your face. You are not separate from this place. You are a part of it. The same stillness that inhabits the ancient stones of the garden is also present within you. You take a deep, slow breath, and as you exhale, you feel another layer of tension release from your body. It is as if you are breathing out the noise of the day and breathing in the quiet of the night. Your mind is clear. Your heart is calm. With this renewed sense of peace, you turn your attention back to the work. There are still a few pieces left on the tray. One small, almost rectangular shard, and another thin, curved sliver. The bowl is not yet whole. The journey of repair is not yet complete, but there is no impatience, no desire to rush to the end. The value is not in the finished product, but in this very process, in the slow, mindful act of mending, in the gentle, repetitive motions that soothe the mind and heal the spirit. You reach for the next piece. Your hand is steady. Your purpose is clear. You are here to bring things together, to find the beauty in the brokenness, to create wholeness not by erasing the past, but by illuminating it. You pick up the small rectangular shard, feeling its cool straight edges. You already know exactly where it belongs. You have become intimately familiar with this bowl's story, with every line of its fracture. You are no longer just an artisan. You are a caretaker, a historian, a healer. And so, under the watchful gaze of the moon and the steady rhythm of the water, you continue your quiet, sacred work. The night deepens around you, wrapping the small workshop in a blanket of profound silence, punctuated only by the gentle rhythmic sounds of your work and the garden's soft music. The rectangular piece is now in your hand. You have already applied the thin dark line of urushi to its edges and to the corresponding gap in the slowly reforming bowl. As you bring the two parts together, your focus narrows to an almost microscopic level. You watch as the shard settles into its rightful place. For a moment, a tiny bead of excess lacquer squeezes out from the seam, a dark tear on the pale green glaze. You do not wipe it away hastily. Instead, you reach for the slender bamboo spatula, the one with the finely pointed tip. With a surgeon's precision, you touch the very edge of the spatula to the tiny bead. The lacquer clings to the bamboo, and you lift it away cleanly, leaving behind a perfectly flush, almost invisible join. It is a small detail, but in this quiet space, small details are everything. They are the language of care, of reverence. Now only one piece remains on the tray. A delicate curved sliver no larger than your thumbnail. It is the final fragment, the keystone that will complete the bowl's physical form. You set the bowl down carefully, allowing the latest mend to set and turn your full attention to this last piece. You pick it up between your thumb and forefinger. It feels almost weightless, fragile. You hold it up to the lantern light, and you can see the light filtering through the thin ceramic, making it glow from within. It is a reminder that even the smallest, most seemingly insignificant parts have a role to play in creating the whole. You repeat the familiar, soothing ritual. You dip the fine-tipped brush into the lacquer, collecting just the right amount. With a steady hand, you paint the edges of the tiny sliver. The work is more intricate now, requiring an even greater degree of concentration. Your breathing slows even further, becoming shallow and soft so as not to disturb the stillness of your hand. You then apply the lacquer to the final gap in the bowl, a small crescent-shaped opening near the rim. This is the final act of assembly. You pick up the sliver with a pair of fine-tipped tweezers, as it is too small to hold securely with your fingers. Guiding it with meticulous care, you lower it into place. It clicks, a sound so faint it is more felt than heard, as it settles perfectly into the space made for it. It fits. The last piece is home. With the tip of your finger, you apply the gentlest pressure, ensuring the bond is secure. The bowl is now physically whole. All the pieces have been reunited. You hold it in your hands, a single object once more. It is heavier now, more complete. You run your fingers lightly over its surface, feeling the network of dark seams that now crisscross the glaze. They are not jarring or ugly. Instead, they give the bowl a new character, a visible history. It is like looking at a map of a river and its tributaries, a pattern of life and experience etched onto its very being. The bowl is no longer just a vessel for tea. It is a testament to survival, to the beauty of being put back together again. You place the mended bowl in the center of the low table. For now, the first stage of its healing is complete. The urushi lacquer needs time to cure, to harden and strengthen from within. This is a process that cannot be rushed. It requires patience and a humid environment. You rise from your cushion, your movements slow and fluid, careful not to disturb the quiet atmosphere you have so carefully cultivated. Your joints protest slightly from sitting for so long, but it is a gentle complaint. You walk silently across the tatami mats to a large wooden cabinet in the corner of the room. It is a muro, a special curing cabinet, designed to maintain the perfect temperature and humidity for the lacquer to set. You slide open its dark wooden door, revealing a series of shelves inside. The interior smells of damp wood and the faint, sweet scent of curing lacquer from previous projects. With both hands, you carefully lift the mended bowl from the table. It feels precious, like a sleeping bird in your palms. You carry it to the muro and place it gently on an empty shelf. You look at it one last time, resting in the darkness before you slowly slide the door closed. The click of the latch is soft and final. The bowl is now in its sanctuary, hidden from view where the slow, invisible magic of curing can take place. Your work with the physical form is done for the night. The next stage, the application of the gold, will have to wait for another day after the foundation of healing is strong and solid. You turn back to the room. The low table still holds your tools, the brushes, the spatula, the palette with its residue of dark lacquer. Without any sense of it being a chore, you begin the process of cleaning. This too is part of the ritual. You take a small cloth and a bottle of solvent, and you carefully, methodically wipe each tool clean. You clean the palette until the ceramic gleams again. You rinse the brushes until their bristles are soft and pliable. You put the lids back on the lacquer pots. Each action is mindful, deliberate. It is an act of respect for the tools that have served you, and a way of bringing the session to a gentle, orderly close. As you work, the sounds of the night seem to grow a little louder, filling the space left by your focused silence. The clack, trickle of the bamboo fountain is a constant reassuring presence. The chorus of the crickets seems to have swelled a vibrant, living texture in the air. A gentle breeze rustles the leaves of the maple tree just outside the open screen, a sound like a soft, dry whisper. You feel a profound sense of peace, the kind that comes after completing a meaningful task. There is nothing left to do, nothing to fix or figure out. There is only this moment, this clean table, this quiet room, this peaceful night. You have mended what was broken, and in doing so you have found a deep and abiding stillness within yourself. With your tools now clean and put away, a sense of completion settles over you like a soft blanket. The low table is clear, save for the single andon lantern casting its warm, unwavering light. You return to your cushions, sinking down onto it with a gentle sigh. Your body feels heavy and relaxed, anchored to the earth. You are no longer the artisan, the doer. You are simply a presence in this quiet room, a silent observer of the night. You draw your legs into a comfortable position, resting your hands palms up on your knees. It is a posture of receiving, of openness. You allow your eyes to close, but not completely. Through your eyelashes, the lantern's glow becomes a soft, blurry star, and the moonlight in the garden transforms into a gentle, silvery haze. You are shifting your awareness from the focused detail of your work to the expansive wholeness of your surroundings. You begin by listening, really listening, not just to the obvious sounds, but to the entire symphony of the night. The steady rhythmic pulse of the shishiodoshi is the percussion, the anchor of the piece. Clack, trickle, trickle. It is the most dependable sound in your world right now, and you let its rhythm wash over you, calming your nervous system. You feel your own heartbeat slowing to match its patient cadence. Beneath that rhythm, you can hear the complex layered chorus of the insects. It is not just one sound, but many. There is the high-pitched, steady drone of crickets, a shimmering blanket of sound. But listen closer. Can you hear the individual voices, the intermittent melodic chirp of a single katydid, the low resonant thrum of a beetle somewhere in the damp moss? These sounds are the texture of the night, the proof of a world that is vibrantly alive even. As you rest, they are not a distraction, they are a lullaby. And then there is the wind. It is not a strong wind, but a series of gentle breaths that move through the garden. You can hear it as a soft rustle in the leaves of the small maple tree, a sound like silk being gently brushed. You can hear it as a faint whisper as it passes through the needles of a pine tree in the distance. You imagine the wind touching everything in the garden, the cool, smooth surface of the stones, the velvety softness of the moss, the surface of the water in the small basin, making it shimmer in the moonlight. You feel that same gentle breeze on your own skin, a cool caress on your cheek and the back of your neck. It is the breath of the night, and you are breathing with it. Now you shift your awareness to the sense of smell. You take a slow, deep breath in through your nose, and you try to unravel the different scents that the night air carries. The most prominent is the clean green fragrance of the damp moss and wet earth, a smell that is both grounding and refreshing. It is the scent of life, of growth, of ancient things. Beneath that, you can detect the fainter, sweeter perfume of the night-blooming jasmine that must be climbing a wall somewhere just out of sight. Its fragrance is subtle, elusive, coming and going with the breeze. And from within the room itself, the warm woody scent of the cedar beams and the dry, grassy smell of the tatami mats rise to meet you, creating a feeling of warmth, safety, and enclosure. You are held within this cocoon of soothing aromas. You let your attention travel to the sensations on your skin. You feel the soft, slightly coarse texture of the woven cushion beneath you. You feel the weight of your own body, the gentle pull of gravity that holds you securely to the earth. You notice the temperature of the air cool, where it touches your exposed skin warm, where you are covered by your simple clothing. You become aware of the subtle sensations within your own body, the feeling of your chest and belly rising and falling with each breath, the faint tingle in your fingertips now that the work is done, the feeling of utter relaxation in the muscles of your jaw, your shoulders, your back. You are not trying to change anything. You are simply noticing. You are simply being. This state of gentle, open awareness is a form of rest that is deeper than sleep. It is a conscious surrender. You are fully present in this moment, in this sanctuary you have found. The past, with its breaks and scars, has been mended and placed in the dark to heal. The future, with its uncertainties, has not yet arrived. There is only now. There is only the sound of water, the scent of moss, the feeling of the cool night air. The boundary between you and the room, between you and the garden begins to soften. The sound of the bamboo fountain feels like it is happening inside you. The scent of the jasmine feels like a memory you are having. The coolness of the breeze feels like your own exhale. You are not just an observer of this peace. You are the peace itself. The stillness of the ancient stones is your own stillness. The gentle persistence of the water is your own gentle persistence. The quiet, hidden healing of the bowl in the mural is your own quiet, hidden healing. You let out a long, slow breath, a sigh of complete release. There is nothing to hold on to, nothing to figure out, no one to be. You are simply here, breathing in and breathing out a quiet part of a quiet night. The lantern light seems to soften even more the shadows it casts, growing longer and deeper. The world is preparing for sleep, and you are preparing with it, letting go bit by bit of everything that keeps you awake and sinking ever deeper into this profound state of tranquil repose. Your eyes remain gently closed, your awareness turned completely inward now. The external world, with its soft sounds and subtle scent, has become a seamless backdrop, a gentle humming that rocks you deeper into tranquility. You are no longer cataloging sensations, but simply inhabiting them. You are floating in a warm, quiet ocean of peace. Let your attention now drift to the very center of your being, your breath. Do not try to control it. Simply observe it as you observed the pieces of the broken bowl. Notice the natural, effortless rhythm of your breathing, the gentle rise of your abdomen as you inhale and the soft fall as you exhale. Each breath is a wave. The inhalation is the wave gently rolling up the shore. The exhalation is the wave receding back into the vast, calm sea. Follow one full breath from its beginning to its end. Feel the cool air as it enters your nostrils, a subtle, refreshing sensation. Follow its path down into your lungs, feeling them expand, creating space. Feel the brief, quiet pause at the very peak of the inhalation, a moment of perfect stillness. And then follow the exhalation. Feel the air warmer now as it leaves your body, carrying with it any remaining tension, any lingering thoughts. Notice the longer pause at the end of the exhale, a moment of complete emptiness and rest before the next wave of breath naturally begins again. There is no effort required. Your body knows how to breathe. It has been breathing for you your entire life. Tonight you are simply giving it your full, gentle attention. You are giving it your gratitude. With each inhalation, you can imagine you are breathing in the peace of the moonlit garden. You are breathing in the stillness of the ancient stones, the resilience of the bamboo, the quiet life of the moss. You are filling yourself with tranquility, and with each exhalation you are letting go. Imagine your outbreath is a soft grey mist, carrying away any residue of worry, any tightness in your muscles, any noise in your mind. Breathe out the day that has passed. Breathe out the need to plan for tomorrow. Breathe out any expectations you have for yourself. Each exhale leaves you feeling lighter, clearer, more empty. Inhaling peace, exhaling release. You might notice that your mind still wanders. A thought may drift in a memory, may surface, an idea may flicker. This is natural. Do not fight it. Do not judge it. Simply acknowledge it as you would acknowledge a cloud passing in the sky, and then very gently guide your attention back to the anchor of your breath, back to the simple physical sensation of rising and falling. The breath is always there for you, a safe harbor to return to again and again. Let's deepen this feeling of release. Bring your awareness to the top of your head. Imagine a feeling of warmth and relaxation beginning to pool there like warm honey. Feel this warmth softening your scalp, smoothing the skin of your forehead, releasing the tiny muscles around your eyes. Let your eyelids feel heavy, heavy and soft. Let this warmth flow down into your jaw, allowing it to unclench, letting your teeth part slightly. Your tongue rests softly in your mouth. This wave of relaxation now flows down your neck and into your shoulders. Feel your shoulders drop, releasing the weight they have been carrying. All the burdens, all the responsibilities, just let them melt away. The warmth spreads down your arms, through your elbows into your wrists, your hands, and all the way to the tips of your fingers. Your arms and hands feel heavy, limp, and completely at rest. Now let this gentle warmth fill your entire back. Feel it seeping into your spine, from the top all the way down to the base, soothing each vertebra. Feel the muscles along either side of your spine, letting go, becoming soft and pliable. Your entire back is supported by the cushion and the floor, and you can release it completely. The wave of relaxation continues down into your chest and your abdomen. Feel your heart beating slowly and steadily within your chest, a calm and gentle rhythm. Feel your stomach soften, releasing any knots of anxiety. With each breath, you create more space in your torso for this warm, healing energy to circulate. Finally, let the warmth flow down through your hips, your thighs, your knees. Feel the large muscles of your legs, letting go of their strength, becoming heavy and soft. The relaxation flows down into your ankles, your feet, and all the way to the very tips of your toes. Your entire body, from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet, is now suffused with a deep and profound sense of relaxation. You are heavy, yet you feel light. You are still, yet you feel as if you are gently floating. You are safe, you are held. In this small, quiet room, cocooned by the sounds of the night and the warmth of the lantern, nothing is required of you. There is nowhere to go, nothing to do, no one to be. There is only this deep, profound rest. The work of mending is complete. Now is the time for pure, effortless being. You are like the bowl resting in the darkness of the muro, allowing the slow, silent process of integration and healing to take place. Let go and allow yourself to be renewed. You are drifting now in a space between wakefulness and sleep. The anchor of your breath has become so subtle, so soft, that you are barely aware of it. Your body is a vessel of deep relaxation, heavy and still. It is in this peaceful state that your mind is free to wander, not with worry, but with a gentle, dreamlike curiosity. Let an image form softly in your mind's eye. Imagine the mended bowl resting on its shelf inside the dark, quiet sanctuary of the curing cabinet, the muro. The air inside is still and humid, thick with the scent of wood and curing lacquer. There is no light, save for the faintest sliver of moonlight that might find its way through a crack in the wooden door. In this perfect stillness, a slow, invisible transformation is happening. The urushi lacquer, which you so carefully applied, is not merely drying. It is undergoing a chemical change, a polymerization. Molecules are linking together, forming long, strong chains. The liquid resin is slowly, patiently becoming a solid. It is a process of immense strength happening in the gentlest, most silent way imaginable. Imagine you can see this process in incredible detail. See the dark seams of lacquer becoming harder, more resilient. They are fusing the broken pieces together, not as a temporary patch, but as a permanent, powerful bond. The bowl is becoming stronger at its broken places than it ever was before. The lines of fracture, once symbols of vulnerability, are now becoming lines of incredible strength. This healing is not about returning to the past, to the state of being unbroken. It is about evolving, integrating the experience of brokenness to create a new, more resilient form of wholeness. This quiet, powerful healing is happening within you too. As you rest here, in the safety of this moment, your body and mind are undertaking their own subtle, powerful repairs. The tensions of the day are dissolving. The cells of your body are regenerating. Your mind is sifting through the day's experiences, filing them away, creating order from chaos. You do not need to direct this process. You simply need to create the space for it to happen, and you have. By allowing yourself this time to be still, you have placed yourself in your own personal muro, your own sanctuary for healing. The deepest restoration happens not through effort but through surrender. Now let your imagination drift back out of the cabinet and into the moonlit garden. Imagine you are no longer in the room, but are standing barefoot on the soft, cool moss. The moss yields slightly under your weight, a living cushion that connects you to the earth. The air is cool on your skin, and the moonlight is so bright you can see the individual dewdrops clinging to the blades of grass, and the edges of the maple leaves, each one a tiny perfect jewel reflecting the entire night sky. You walk silently toward the shishi odoshi. As you get closer, you can hear the sounds with even greater clarity. You hear the soft gurgle of the water as it flows through the bamboo spout. You see the moonlight glinting on the water's surface as it spills into the stone basin, creating gentle, concentric ripples that expand outward until they lap softly against the stone sides. You watch the bamboo tube fill. It lowers slowly, gracefully, under the increasing weight of the water. Then it tips, releasing its offering with a musical splash. Freed from its burden, it springs back up, and the end of the bamboo arm strikes the stone with that clean, resonant clack. The sound echoes for a moment in the quiet air before dissolving into the night. There is a profound teaching in this simple mechanism, a cycle of filling and emptying, of bearing a load and then letting it go, of work and release. It is the rhythm of life itself. All day, you fill yourself with experiences, with tasks, with thoughts, with emotions, and now in this time of rest, you are invited to empty, to release, to let it all go, so that you can be light again, ready to be filled anew when morning comes. You reach out your hand and place it in the cool, clear water of the basin. The water is silky, refreshing. You watch the ripple. Your fingers create, distorting the reflection of the moon for a moment before the surface becomes still and clear again. The water holds no memory of the disturbance. It simply returns to its natural state of peace. Your mind can be like this water. Thoughts and feelings can ripple its surface, but its true nature is one of calm clarity, and it can always return to that state if you just give it the time and stillness to do so. You withdraw your hand, and the coolness of the water lingers on your skin. You are not just an observer in this garden, you are a part of its ecosystem of peace. Your slow breathing is the gentle wind. Your calm heart is the steady stone lantern. Your mind returning to stillness is the clear water in the basin. Everything is connected. Everything is in harmony. You feel a sense of timelessness here. The stones have been here for centuries. The moss has been growing for generations. The moon has been casting its light upon this very spot for millennia. Your own worries and concerns, in the context of this vast, enduring peace, seem to fade in significance. They become small and distant. What remains is a feeling of being part of something much larger, much older, and much more peaceful than your individual self. And in that feeling there is a deep and profound comfort. You are held not just by the room, but by the night, by the earth, by time itself. Your journey continues deeper still, as the boundaries between imagination and sensation begin to dissolve completely. You are no longer consciously directing your thoughts. You are simply allowing them to unfold, like a story being whispered to you by the night itself. The feeling of the cool, damp moss is no longer just an idea. You can almost feel it beneath the soles of your feet, a connection to the living, breathing earth. Let the path of your awareness lead you away from the bamboo fountain deeper into the garden. You follow a path of stepping stones, each one placed with careful intention. The stones are worn smooth by countless seasons, and they feel solid and dependable underfoot. They guide you through the sea of moss past the silent meditating forms of the larger rocks. You arrive at a small wooden bench tucked away beneath the low-hanging branches of an old pine tree. The bench is weathered to a soft, silvery grey, and you sit down. The wood is cool and smooth. From here you have a different perspective. You can see the small workshop, the warm golden light of the single lantern glowing through the paper screen. It looks like a haven, a sanctuary of warmth and peace, nestled in the cool blues and silvers of the night. You see it from the outside now, and you recognize it as a place of absolute safety. You feel a profound sense of gratitude for this space, this refuge from the world. The air beneath the pine tree is different. It is thick with the clean, sharp, resinous scent of pine needles. You take a deep breath, and the fragrance seems to cleanse you from the inside out, clearing your mind and invigorating your spirit in the gentlest way. The branches above you create a delicate lacework against the moonlit sky. You can see clusters of stars twinkling in the gaps between the needles. You lean back, resting your head against the sturdy trunk of the pine. You can feel the rough, textured bark against your hair. You can feel the ancient, steadfast energy of the tree. It has stood in this spot for so long, enduring storms, droughts, and the passing of countless seasons. It has a deep, quiet strength and unwavering presence. You feel as if you can lean on this strength, that you can borrow some of its resilience. You close your eyes, and for a moment you feel your own roots growing down from your body, deep into the cool, dark earth, anchoring you, nourishing you. You are as steady and as peaceful as this ancient tree. As you sit in this deep state of stillness, you become aware of the most subtle movements around you. A single pine needle, having reached the end of its life, detaches from a branch and spirals down through the air, landing so softly on the moss that it makes no sound at all. A moth, its wings like powdered silver, flutters silently in and out of the patches of moonlight. A small spider diligently works on its web, each thread a shimmering line of silk, catching the dew and creating a necklace of tiny diamonds in the darkness. The world is not asleep. It is engaged in a quiet, nocturnal ballet, a dance of subtle energies and tiny, meaningful actions. And you are a privileged audience granted access because you too have become quiet. You have matched your own energy to the gentle frequency of the night. Your attention is drawn to a faint metallic scent that mingles with the pine. You open your eyes and look towards the ground. There, nestled amongst the moss at the base of the tree, you see them, the first signs of the next stage of the Kintsugi process. Lying on a flat stone are several small lumps of charcoal and a collection of files and polishing stones of varying grits. They are waiting patiently for the day when the lacquer on the bowl has fully cured. You imagine the work to come, the slow, patient process of sanding the hardened lacquer seams until they are perfectly smooth, perfectly flush with the surface of the glaze. It is another act of meditative repetition. The back and forth motion of the polishing stone, the whispery, abrasive sound it makes, the gradual transformation from a rough, dull line to a surface as smooth as glass. It is a process of refinement, of removing the excess to reveal the true, strong form beneath. And after the sanding, after the perfect smoothness has been achieved, will come the final magical step. You imagine the next pot of lacquer, a special translucent red lacquer. You see yourself painting this fine red line over every smooth, dark seam, and then, while the red lacquer is still wet and tacky, you will take the jar of pure gold powder. You will dip a soft brush into the gold and gently, carefully dust it over the red lines. Imagine the moment the gold powder touches the lacquer. It clings instantly, transforming the humble dark scar into a radiant shimmering river of gold. The light of the lantern would catch it, making it glow with a warm internal fire. The bowl would be reborn. Its history of brokenness would not be erased, but illuminated, celebrated, made into its most beautiful feature. The cracks would become the very source of its new unique beauty. This thought fills you with a deep, quiet joy. It is a metaphor for your own life. Every challenge you have faced, every scar you carry, is not a flaw to be hidden. It is a part of your story. And with patience, with care, with a little bit of golden perspective, these very lines of fracture can become the sources of your greatest strength and your most profound beauty. You are not broken. You are becoming more beautiful, more resilient, more whole with every mended piece. And now it is time to rest, to allow the golden dust of sleep to settle over you, completing this healing transformation. The vision of the golden bowl fades gently from your mind's eye, leaving behind only its essence, a feeling of warmth, worth, and quiet acceptance. You are no longer in the garden. You are back in the room, lying on the soft cushion, but your consciousness is vast, having expanded to encompass the peace of the garden, the strength of the tree, and the beauty of the mended bowl. Your body is now in a state of near weightlessness. You are so relaxed, so still, that you can no longer feel the clear outline of your limbs. It is as if you are melting into the floor, becoming one with the quiet space that holds you. The boundaries between you and the world have dissolved completely. There is only peace, a vast ocean-like peace. The sounds of the night have receded into the far distance. The clack of the shishi odoshi is now just a faint, rhythmic pulse, barely audible, like a heartbeat heard from inside a womb. The chorus of crickets is a soft, continuous hum like white noise blurring the edges of silence. The wind is a silent breath. These sounds are no longer outside of you. They are woven into the fabric of your drowsy awareness. The light from the Andon lantern has dimmed. You can no longer see the details of the room. There is only a soft, warm glow that permeates the darkness behind your closed eyelids. It is a comforting amber light, like the glow of embers in a dying fire, warm and inviting. It is the color of honey, the color of sleep. Your breathing has become incredibly slow and shallow. You are barely breathing at all. It is a whisper of air flowing in and out effortlessly. With each exhale, you sink deeper, deeper into the softness of the cushion, deeper into the warmth of the room, deeper into the silent, vast space within yourself. Your thoughts have slowed to a near stop. They are no longer coherent sentences or clear images. They are just soft, vague sensations, a feeling of coolness, a scent of lacquer, a shimmer of gold. They float by like wisps of cloud in a calm sky, dissolving as soon as they appear. There is no desire to hold on to them. There is no desire to think at all. It feels so good to just let go, to surrender completely to the pull of sleep. You are standing at the threshold of dreams. It is a soft, misty place, a borderland between the waking world and the world of slumber. You feel perfectly safe here. You are wrapped in a cocoon of comfort. You are protected. You are loved. Imagine for one last moment that you are holding the finished bowl in your hands. It is perfectly smooth, perfectly balanced. The lines of gold glimmer softly in the dim light. You can feel the texture of the gold powder, fine and delicate, under your fingertips. You trace the path of a golden seam. It feels warm. It feels right. This bowl is you, beautiful not in spite of your history, but because of it. Whole not because you were never broken, but because you have been mended with care and love. You are a masterpiece of resilience. Hold this feeling in your heart. Let it fill you with a deep, abiding sense of peace. There is nothing more you need to do. The work is finished. The day is over. You have arrived at the destination of your journey. You are floating on a calm, dark sea. The water is warm and supports you completely. Above you is a sky filled with a million soft shining stars. Each star is a peaceful thought, a happy memory, a beautiful dream waiting to happen. You are drifting slowly, gently, under this canopy of stars, drifting towards a deep, restorative sleep. Every muscle in your body is asleep. Every nerve is at rest. Your mind is a quiet, still lake. Your spirit is calm and content. You are ready. Surrender to the softness. Surrender to the silence. Surrender to the night. Let go of the last thread that ties you to wakefulness. Let go and fall. Fall gently, slowly into the waiting arms of sleep. Deeper now, and deeper still. Everything is soft. Everything is quiet. Everything is peaceful. The golden light behind your eyelids fades to a soft, deep velvet. The last echoes of sound dissolve into a perfect, peaceful silence. You feel yourself letting go completely. A gentle current is pulling you now, away from the shore of wakefulness, drifting, floating. Your body is heavy, your mind is light. There is no thought, only feeling. The feeling of peace, the feeling of safety, the feeling of release. Each breath is a soft wave carrying you further into the ocean of slumber, further and further. The night is here to hold you. The silence is here to soothe you. Sleep is here to restore you. There is nothing left to do now, nothing but rest, deep, peaceful, healing rest. And safe and cared for, you gently drift into a deep, deep sleep.